music. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the very first episode of Law and Motion. I'm Bilal, and today we'll talk about a case that forever changed the relationship between Pakistan's politics, judiciary, and its people. The Panama Papers case. Music. So in 2016, the Panama Papers leak shook the world. It was a massive data leak from a law firm called Mossack Fonseca, which exposed that politicians and businessmen use offshore companies to hide assets or to avoid tax. In Pakistan, the spotlight immediately turned towards the Sharif family. The media highlighted their Mayfair flats in London, which were allegedly undeclared and owned through offshore companies. The opposition, especially PTI and Imran Khan, said that if the Prime Minister is not declaring his assets, then he is misleading the public, after which a huge issue began. Petitions were filed in the Supreme Court. The court formed a joint investigation team, JIT. Now, the JIT traced financial documents, pulled bank records, and submitted its report to the Supreme Court. So, in July 2017, the Supreme Court delivered a historic judgment. Nawaz Sharif was disqualified from office under Article 62, subsection 1, subsection F of the Constitution. Now, basically, Article 62 says that any member of Parliament must be Sadiq and Amin, meaning every member of the Parliament should be deemed honest and trustworthy. The court said the Sharif family did not provide a truthful declaration. Therefore, you cannot qualify as Prime Minister. For this reason, he was disqualified. Now, the important thing to know or understand is that this was merely a constitutional disqualification. It was not a criminal conviction, meaning he was not sent to jail at that time. It was only said that you are not fit to hold the Prime Minister's office because, well, you were not proven to be honest and trustworthy. Then, separate trials were held in the NAB courts later on. But that is a completely different debate. Now, a big debate started from here. Some people said that this is proof of the judiciary's independence and accountability, that even a sitting Prime Minister isn't above the law. But critics pointed out, has the judiciary overstepped its role? Is it solely the job of the courts to remove the people's elected leader? This is the tension that persists within Pakistan's democracy. Yes, that on one hand there is judicial activism, and on the other, there is political accountability. Now, whose responsibility is it to strike a balance between these two? Think about it. Is it more important to protect the people's vote, or to enforce the judiciary's strict honesty standard? That's the real question the Panama case left behind. Music. Now let's see how other countries handled the Panama Papers. Let's suppose we take the UK. The Panama Papers also hit Britain's then Prime Minister David Cameron. His father's offshore company was named in it, and Cameron admitted that he also received profit from it and has received it. The opposition asked tough questions. The media applied full pressure. Right. But note the difference. The UK courts didn't intervene. Their accountability was purely a part of the political process. Cameron finally gave his resignation under political pressure, but no judge disqualified him. No Article 62 was applied there. Now the contrast is clear between Pakistan and the UK, that Pakistan has a written constitution. Articles 62 and 63 allow the courts to disqualify any leader at any time, at their discretion, on the clause of Sadiq and Amin if they don't live up to it. Although, this isn't like jail or something of that sort where if it's proven, you go to jail. In this, it's just that you will no longer be the Prime Minister. Now, what kind of justice is this, that you are removed from the Prime Minister's office, but you don't get punished for that crime? What kind of crime is it that on one hand, you take it to such an extreme as to remove the person from the Prime Minister's office, and on the other hand, you're not even giving him any punishment? What rubbish. Anyway, the UK has an unwritten constitution, where norms and parliamentary accountability are the main arena, where you can show diplomacy, you can twist facts. This difference raises a big question. Is Pakistan's model more democratic? Because obviously the courts can stop corruption, they can remove the Prime Minister. Or is the UK's model more stable because the judiciary doesn't get involved in politics? Now, who does one get the answer from? From the constitution makers, from the judges, from the politicians, from whom? Anyway, on one hand, supporters say the Prime Minister is not above the people. He is under the law. On the other hand, critics argue that removing an elected leader is the job of the people. not the judges, which is a very important point to understand because the people brought them to power. The truth should be brought before the people, and then the people should decide the fate of their prime minister. That is called true democracy. And this is hypothetically interesting. If the UK had an Article 62, would David Cameron also have been disqualified or not? The Panama Papers case wasn't just a corruption scandal, it was a mirror held up to Pakistan's democracy. From one angle, the power of the judiciary was celebrated. Proof that the law applies to everyone. Yes, everyone knows how much it applies. From another angle, the sanctity of the people's vote was compromised. How so? That you removed their elected prime minister, then neither was he convicted, nor did he serve jail time. What kind of justice is being served here, man? In common Urdu, there's a simple line. The book of law and the reality of politics both run on separate paths. But they do collide. As future law students, this case is a reminder that law isn't just statutes or theory or those bookish things. It's also about context, timing, and which institution is getting the power, that the opposition party is being supported, their motto is being promoted, of the existing party that is in authority right now, the elected party. And perhaps that's why the Panama Papers is a landmark, because it wasn't just a verdict, but it started an ongoing debate about what the real balance of justice and democracy should be, who will control it, where we need to draw which line. Music. Anyways, this was episode 1 of Law and Motion. In the next episode, we will look at another hot topic, the right to bail in Pakistan. Does it deliver justice, or does it only work for the privileged? I'm Bilal, and you will